talking about clients, sometimes people use the term stakeholders, sometimes they use the term customers. We're using clients because we want to think about all of the different clients that any manager has. And the first one is actually your own manager. So it'd be good, first of all, to set up a meeting with your manager and find out from their perspective, what are the priorities that they see? What are the timeframes from their point of view? Who are the key customers from their perspective? And all of these things can really help in understanding where you should be putting your efforts in trying to manage your team. And then the other thing you want to discuss with your manager is, when do they want to hear from you and in what format? Do they want to have a meeting? Do they want to have an email? Do they want to have a phone call? In the same way, it's good to set up a meeting with your clients or customers. So you might have internal customers or you might have external customers. It's good to set up a few meetings with the key customers to understand what the priorities are from their perspective, what are the timeframes from their perspective, and how would they like to hear from you? In the same way you spoke to your manager, do they want to have emails, phone calls, how often, and what would they like to be updated on? In the same way, it's really good to meet with your team individually to have some one-on-one conversations to find out, where do they want to go with their working life? What are their short-term and long-term goals? What are the things that have worked well for them in the past in terms of communication? What are the things that haven't worked so well? What are the things that they would prefer in terms of the kinds of work that they do, the kinds of communication you provide to them, how frequently, and so on. Once you've had those meetings, you may want to take a bit of time to consider what you've found out. So I'd suggest that you can take 5 minutes a day for 5 days. So in one working week, you just spend 5 minutes in the quiet part of the day. You might want to book an office, turn off your phone, make sure there's no emails distracting you, and just think about the following points. In your first 5-minute session, it would be good to think about what have you learned from your manager. So in terms of their priorities, who the key customers are, and so on. And then on your second day, you want to think about, what did you learn from your customers? What were the key priorities from their point of view? What were the communications that they were seeking from you? On your third day, and for your third lot of 5 minutes, you want to think about what you learned from your team in terms of their priorities, what it is they would like to do, where they're going in the short and long term, what are the tasks that they prefer to undertake, and to consider what the goals are for each team member. On your fourth day, you want to try and draw out any common areas. So are there any key priorities that are aligned? Are there any key communication styles and preferences that are aligned? In your fifth lot of 5 minutes and your last 5-minute session, you want to think about what it is that you've learned from your previous day's consideration. You want to use this 5 minutes to allocate some time, an hour or so in the following week, to either spend some time, some more detailed time, considering the various things you've learned yourself, or alternatively to meet with your team and to discuss what it is you think you've found out. And some of the things you want to consider in that brief 5 minutes is really like, what were the common areas? Is there a common goal that everyone was looking for? Is there a problem that's troubling everybody that if you solved it would actually really help all three groups? So they're the key things you want to consider. You can do it in the 5-minute session, or you can allow yourself more time to consider that for yourself, or to share what you're thinking with your team and also to get their perspectives on the kinds of ideas that you've had. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please check out my website, dominicmclaughlin.com, and check out my free course on businessleaderslab.com.